SDL.Bullet Cast. For
Hello, this is the one and only son of Zack Sabre, the historic and legendary British wrestler. You are listening to the Bullet Cast, and I hope you enjoy the words that they will say on this podcast, and you can have lots of fun about wrestling. Cheers.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Bullet Cast, the only sports and recreational podcast that is simply just too sweet. I'm your host, Philip Antoine, and as always, I am the modern day Mamba Raja. I'm joined in studio by, as always, the enforcer, Mr. No Days Off, the Nash to my Hall. I'ma go the William Regal to my Eugene.
As long as you're Eugene, I'm happy with that.
Alright, and also, as always, we are joined once again, making a return, by the former Lunatic EIC, now the Lunatic Freelancer, Sean Stewart.
I'm trying to come back from this whole part-timer gig I got going on.
And guys, you know, since Marty Scroll joined the Bullet Club, I figured it was time for us to get a new member. So ladies and gentlemen, let me please welcome to you our version of the villain, the California Kid Mitchell. How's it going there, guy?
It's going
Too sweet, me,
splendidly.
broski?
It's going great.
First too sweet on air. All right, guys, let's jump into this. Let's make it happen.
What's happened?
Let's make it happen.
We have notes.
All right, so outside of the ring, Nia Jax and Alexa Bliss join the cast of Total Divas.
Ooh.
I'm always with more Alexa Bliss on my television screen.
I know, I love it. I love it.
They're like best friends, so
Love every minute of it.
is it going to be a little whatever
Let's see.
bromance, whatever you call it, girlmance?
Girl mans.
Apparently, Impact Wrestling has been paying fans to attend shows.
Like the one in India?
Yeah, the one in India. So
Oh.
apparently they were paying them between like $3.18 to like $7.50, something like
Is that a lot over there?
I don't know.
I mean,
I don't know what the currency is over there.
Easy money, maybe?
I mean, guess they gotta do what they gotta do.
I mean, they tape at an amusement park. I'd rather go to the amusement park than see Impact Wrestling.
Probably one of the biggest stories in pro wrestling.
Ooh.
Bray Wyatt
Oh.
is getting a divorce from his wife because he has been having relations
With JoJo, that's what I'm
JoJo-
talking. That's what I'm talking about, Bray.
with
You're the man.
JoJo,
You're the
JoJo
man.
Offerman.
Worlds weren't the only thing he was eating.
Oh Lord. Hey,
Oh man.
maybe Bray will win a feud now. We know how Vince McMahon likes his adultery.
No, but after the news broke, they've been seen showing up to Raw together. Now I don't condone adultery and fornication, all that stuff, but Bray's doing it. He's out there doing it for the big boys. I mean, if Bray can get JoJo, you can get anybody.
Hey,
Anything is possible.
It's those dreads. I mean, come
people like what they like.
on. Look at the white boy dreads. So hot.
I know, right?
And that farmer's tan. Wait, no farmer's
All right.
tan.
The franchise, he returns on July 4th, and not just to SmackDown, he will be a free agent.
hmm
He's already been booked for some Raw live events. So guys, did we see John hopping over the red brand and getting some big time matches? I thought we were gonna possibly get Reigns.
I don't. I feel like it's just a ploy to get seen on both shows since ratings are down.
Yeah, ratings
And-
might be going up after this past Monday.
Well, that's because the playoffs were over. So they were
True.
eventually going to tick up a little bit, but I think he's eventually going to go back to SmackDown and face Jinder Mahal and be the great white hope and save America from that evil Indian, Jinder Mahal.
Yeah.
It's SummerSlam, probably.
Cena, if you look at Cena's SummerSlam record, I mean,
Yeah, it's not very good.
But, he's not facing Jinder Mahal's.
If he loses at this year's SummerSlam, he'll have lost one SummerSlam for each member of the Nexus that he beat at SummerSlam. So this is important. He needs to lose this time too.
yeah, this is
He's
true.
he's paying his dues, making up
his
for
dues.
tragedies.
All right. Apparently Triple H is mad at Vincent Kennedy McMahon.
Why?
Because of the way his NXT guys have been treated on the main roster, like Tyler Breeze, for example, great on NXT, not getting like that light
He wasn't
on the main roster.
He wasn't great in NXT. He was decent.
Did you not see the matches he had with like Sami Zayn, the Fatal 4-Way with Neville, Sami Zayn, and Tyson Kidd for the NXT title back in like 2014?
How was that?
He was good.
Amazing.
It was great.
Amazing.
They trusted him with Jushin Thunder Liger.
Exactly.
I mean, I don't think Tyler Breeze is a top guy or anything, but he's been doing good work as the fashion police, but whatever, the last 6 months he's just been buried and hasn't done anything.
All right, and then of course Enzo Amore, he's had an interesting week. We'll get to all that, but
Oh.
mainly he tweeted at Conor McGregor and had some words for him. Thoughts?
Amore should just shut up because Conor McGregor would wipe the floor with him.
Oh,
Yeah, I think he would wipe the floor with anyone on the roster.
I think he would wipe the floor with most people on the roster.
Okay, there
But
you go.
but to be fair, any beef between anyone in the WWE and Connor is only good for WWE and Connor.
Mm-hmm.
It's only good for both of
Especially
them.
with his whole Mayweather thing coming up.
Oh yeah.
By the way, I will have to watch because Mauro Ronaldo's commentating that. He's calling
I
that.
heard.
Morrow
good
is.
stuff.
I love Morrow. So
It's a
that's-
Showtime thing.
Yep. All right. The Velveteen Dream, aka Patrick Clark, who was on the latest season of Tough Enough.
Mhm.
He's gotten some controversy from the IWC, the Indie Marks, the Japan guys, because his finishing move is a top rope elbow. Since he has like this whole Prince gimmick, he called it the Purple Rainmaker. And of course, Rainmaker, you know, you're Okada, you're soon to be former IWGP World Champion.
No.
We're gonna get to all that.
No,
We'll see.
no.
We're gonna get to all that. Yeah, he's gotten some controversy over that. But guys, I want to ask you a question: are too many high spots hurting the business?
No.
I mean, we just got through the whole dive controversy. Like, are they really like hurting the business? Because
I don't think so.
I was listening to no, I was watching In This Corner with my guy Peter Rosenberg with Corey Graves and JBL. JBL said in some cases it can be because guys don't know how to work. They don't know how to slap on a headlock and go.
Mhm.
They just dive.
Okay, if you slap on a headlock, you're Randy Orton, and his matches are always boring.
Headlocks are
No, I'm not saying you should never have a headlock. Kevin Owens does good headlocks, but Randy Orton is guaranteed to have like at least 2 headlocks in the match. You
Headlocks
just
build
sit there and do nothing.
They build momentum. They do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, let's go back to Rick Rude back when he was wrestling. What he would used to do, he'd get a guy in a headlock. He'd look for a male fan right there in the front row. He'd look at him. Then he'd look at the guy's wife or girlfriend. Then he'd look back at him and start looking the wife up and down. And when the guy got started heated, looked like he was ready to jump over the barricade, that's when he lets the headlock go. And this headlock could go for about maybe 2 or 3, 5 minutes.
Okay.
That's psychology. It's how to get the crowd going. You know.
Yeah.
A 5-minute headlock? You would like to see a 5-minute headlock?
Rick Rude's doing it. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, okay.
I mean,
All right. Whatever you say.
look, with the high spots, you know, I'm a fan of like the oh my god, I'm a fan of those moments, you know. I'll take like maybe one, two dives. Then there are those guys who just like throw their bodies.
There needs to be
out there.
communication up and down the roster and the card to make sure, the first or second guys on the roster aren't doing dives and doing all this stuff when the top guys need to save some stuff for the top guys to do.
Yes, this is true.
I mean, but not all wrestlers are flippy. If like the people who do their dives, that's how they get over.
Luke Harper is doing a dive. Luke Harper should not be doing a dive. He's way too big.
He shouldn't.
Ah, but he looks so good when he does it.
He does. All right.
He's
all right.
so good in the ring.
All right, guys. Our WWE 20-week challenge, week 4.
No dead things this time.
What is your favorite gimmick ever?
Oh,
Once again, you're springing these questions on me.
Ooh.
Hey,
No preparation.
And I have to.
No
I
prep
can't
time.
think about it.
in the world, look, I'll go first, so that way you guys got some time to.
The Velveteen Dream.
No.
No. Okay.
All right, so for me, I'm going the bad guy. I'm going Razor Ramon. I mean, Razor. Every time he walked out, he just had that machismo about him. You know, the toothpick, the gold. His promos, they were amazing. You know, if something bad happened to his gold, something bad was gonna happen to you. His whole gimmick it was really right for his time, his era. And then of course he would tease the Razor voice when he jumped to WCW with the NWO and stuff like that. And shout out to the bad guy getting his life right. I'm happy. So I'm gonna guess, Sean, you're gonna say Lunatic Dean.
No. Actually, I want to say Bray Wyatt because
Really?
the character of Bray Wyatt, he can teleport. He has like all these swamp people. He has all these followers, but he just wants to wrestle. It's all he wants to do is just wrestle every week.
Apparently he can teleport from like dark houses 16 minutes to an arena.
Yeah.
In the daylight.
In the daylight.
And
maybe
the sun
he's
won't
like-
even. It's not even set when you walk out of the arena. So,
Maybe he's put a curse on JoJo. That's why he's with us.
and the promos he cuts, it's like he's not. He's barely in the ring. He's like somewhere like that's not. He's on the screen, and just like I get this feeling whenever he walks into the ring, like with that lantern, he's walking all slow and like the phones and the fireflies and all that junk. So
Because he's here.
yeah.
All right, Mitch, what about you, my guy?
Very atmospheric. Jeez, that's a hard one. Freaking best gimmicks. I got a thing for a gimmick that never ends for someone who just never lets up on that character. So maybe Timeless, but I'm gonna give it to the Undertaker. There's no more atmosphere than the Undertaker. Like he's why I started watching wrestling. He got me to cry at WrestleMania. Like that's
Talk about 33.
yeah. He got me to tear up
I mean,
to watch him go.
If like Razor's my favorite gimmick, but the overall greatest gimmick of all time is The Undertaker. I mean, he's timeless. He was able to keep that character going for 20
He's a
25
Satanist
plus
who
years.
crucified Stone Cold Steve Austin, but he is still my favorite face. Like, he's still a good guy. I cheer for him, and I don't know how.
And then
He
when
just
he wasn't
so
a
much
dead
charisma.
man, he became an American badass. You know, the Ministry taker. Like, he was just able to keep it going for
Yeah.
for so long. I mean, my first wrestling show was a Monday Night Raw at the Oracle, and Taker, he was in the main event with Randy Orton, and Orton's in the ring. I see some smoke, and then the lights go out, and that gong hits. Like I was like 12 or 13, but like you get chills, you know.
Mhm.
You still you get that vibe because he has that aura about him. Brandon, what about you?
So, the greatest gimmicks and characters are ones that are very close to the actual person.
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
So we are going to go with the Texas Rattlesnake, Stone Cold Steve
Okay.
Austin, somebody who is very underappreciated apparently on this podcast. You never talk about Stone Cold Steve Austin, your bests and stuff like that.
What?
And I love Stone Cold.
What?
He's
What?
the best gimmick ever.
What?
The Texas Rattlesnake.
What?
The beer drinking.
More
What?
beer?
Yeah, more beer, more whiskey, more beer, more tequila. You know all that good
Shout
fun
out to
stuff.
you. Get a Stone Cold IPA after this, boys.
Ooh.
All right.
Where
So-
can I get that?
Stone Cold Steve Austin, best gimmick ever. Texas Rattlesnake.
All right. We're here to talk some Money in the Bank.
Oh.
Yes. The kickoff show, the Hype Bros defeat the Colognes. Congratulations. Carmella, very controversial. She became Miss Money in the Bank.
Nope.
I wish we had a podcast last week so I could brag and say I picked Baron Corbin and Carmella as the Money in the Bank winners because that's what I thought was going to win, and that's
no,
who
I was-
ended up winning.
I know.
I was seeing that everywhere. Like people were calling these wins.
Match started, and I figured Ellsworth was dropping the briefcase even.
I don't see the problem. I mean, she's a heel.
I don't have a
Ellsworth
problem-
is a heel.
I don't have a problem with
Yeah,
Carmella
but he's
winning.
not a very good heel.
I have a problem with Carmella not getting the briefcase.
Yeah.
Like I would have been fine with Ellsworth just tipping the ladder over and then Carmella walking up and
maybe-
getting it herself.
Carmella's on Ellsworth's shoulders as he's climbing for her.
Mhm.
Stuff like that. But yeah, this was a very controversial thing that happened.
It's just the image of a man getting the first ever Money in the Bank women's match is kind of not very good.
That's
I think
yeah.
one of the main problems with it is if it were just Carmella and Ellsworth, it would be like, okay, well, Ellsworth is disrespecting women by doing this. What a terrible heel! I boo the crap out of him. But the problem is that people can't. We know that Ellsworth didn't choose to climb the ladder. There's that people can't separate. So they're like, oh my god, I can't believe the WWE had a man do it for the very first ever ladder match.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like while it was happening, I'm like, this is a great story, and I can't wait to see Ellsworth get the crap beat out of him eventually. But at the same time, I'm like, oh, but this is the first women's ladders match. I would have loved to have seen anyone else win
Yeah.
any other way.
All right, Mitchell, I forgot to tell you. No, we have the no profanity thing on here. If you cuss, you have to cut a promo about a wrestler you don't like.
Okay.
All right. Just
I still don't know why there's no profanity. We've been promised radio airtime. I still haven't seen it. But I just do what the boss tells me. If he says no profanity, I guess
the higher ups are telling us
that's
no
what I got to
profanity.
do. So
All right. I'll watch
Alright,
my tongue.
The Usos, they retained in it. This is a really good match.
Oh, really?
The trust fall from Kofi, that was pretty funny. There were so many false finishes, but then of course the Usos, they get counted out. It's great heel work. That just means we're gonna see more.
Yeah. I agree. It was a good finish. It was a little bit of a second, like another anticlimax right after the previous anticlimax, and then it's
Yup.
followed by another anticlimax. So crowd wasn't happy, but
this show wasn't very good, honestly. The show wasn't that good.
Naomi retains.
What is the price?
Lana was working over Naomi for the entire match.
Lana's
Basically.
ring gear though. Let's talk about that.
It was like some '90s bikini with a lot of cheeks showing.
Some Baywatch type deal.
Probably.
With the new movie that came out.
tie-in, little crossover.
I like it.
I will say that I was expecting really terrible things out of that match, and I will say that I enjoyed her suplexes onto the ropes, and then working the leg afterwards. I enjoyed that. I liked her character work. She's not a great wrestler, but I love her character work. I thought it was great.
Marie.
That's a very low bar to set, but it is true.
I just enjoyed the visuals. That was basically it. But
Yes.
Carmella, if she was smart, what she would have done is cashed it in because she must have thought that this thing wasn't going to hold up, that she might have been getting stripped because of what happened.
Mm-hmm.
So if she was smart, she came out and didn't cash in. She could have cashed in anyways, and yeah.
This is true. All right.
You know.
All hail the miracle.
Mm-hmm.
My boy Mike Bennett is finally where he belongs. He's in the WWE.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sorry, Mike Kanellis, because he took his wife's last name.
He
Yes.
took her name.
That's where the heat comes from.
Yes, the the first lady professional wrestling is now the first lady of SmackDown Live. Congratulations to
That's
Mike
good.
and Maria Kanellis.
Best
for,
assets in the business.
Oh man, Carl Anderson and AJ Styles think so.
AJ is gonna have to
AJ's
watch
on
out.
SmackDown.
AJ's gonna have to watch out.
Oof.
What's SmackDown gonna be like when John gets back? You know, Maria and John backstage.
Hopefully CM Punk doesn't show up.
Oh Matt, oh that's true.
I know. Love Square.
Love Square.
Get ourselves a little bit
Dolph,
of
throw
a
him
fatal
in there
four-way,
with,
fatal
Nikki.
five-way.
Think about that. It's gonna be some heat.
Maria on a
I
pole match.
think Mike Kanellis
That's a
is
Vince Russo book.
Yeah.
a very good WWE wrestler because he's always been on the indie scene, but he's always kind of been that WWE corporate type wrestler. He's not been a high
Yeah.
flyer. Kind of
I
like
like-
Cody Rhodes.
I like this song.
Oh, it's great.
It's like it has like a throwback '80s love song type feel. I like it. I've been looking for it on iTunes. Like when is this getting released?
I just saw it on YouTube the other day, but not iTunes yet. We're in for it.
I like.
Give me a nice
I
the
need to have this
outfield
song
feel
when
to
I'm
it.
in the gym.
A little bit of Journey. I dig
Yeah.
it.
All right. Of course, the modern day Maharaja retains. He beats Randy Orton in his hometown on Father's Day.
So
Shout
sad.
out to the legends that were at ringside. You know,
Oh yeah.
Quite a few.
my boy Ric Flair, the 21-time world champion. We got
Watch his
Who
daughter
wasn't
lose.
who wasn't ringside for his daughter, but was ringside for Randy Orton.
Larry the Axe Henning, who I'm surprised is alive.
He's kicking.
He's kicking. Hey, shout out to the Axe. And then we had Vern Gagne. That was really cool to see him. And of course Cowboy Bob Orton. No cast.
I know. Apparently, finally healed after like 50 years.
I know. I thought he was gonna hit Jinder over the head with the cast. You know, that would have been really cool to see.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. But the thing with this, the heat's supposed to be on Jinder. Why are these two little guys attacking an old man? Why isn't it Jinder? He's the heel. He's the champ. Why isn't he getting the heat?
Because the Singh brothers are the heaters.
I know they're the heaters, but still, like, you could have at least had Jinder like grab him and get really in his face, you know. But of course, after like 5 minutes of being on the outside, I guess the ref forgot to count Randy out. Randy just destroying the Singhs.
Out there for like 5 minutes,
And of course, he loses to the Cobra Clutch Slam.
which is like one of the weakest looking finishers.
They're
in
protecting
wrestling.
it. They're protecting
It's
it.
still a weak looking move.
Yeah.
It's basically he just basically picks him up and throws him down. That's all he does.
Cena picks up people and throws them down.
Yeah, that's not the best finisher in the world either.
Rock picks up people and throws them down.
Also not the greatest finisher.
The chokeslam picks up people and throws them down.
Well, you can kind of think about them, crushing his.
He's a very
throat.
tall man.
Yes. I'm just
Hey.
trying to protect my boy Jinder.
Hey, the Saxon Nation pinned people in NXT, but
Oh, this is true. All right. Breezango defeats the Ascension. I
The-
don't really care.
The case was cracked.
could have been
Bro,
anyone other
my
than
boy
the Ascension,
Connor,
and I
he's
would have
getting,
cared
like,
more.
Big. You were right. That waistband is just getting higher and higher.
Mm-hmm. Just gotta hide that little love handles.
You just need to let him go.
He's got that old luchador type thing where it's gonna
Oh,
come
yeah.
up to his tits.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh god.
Poor Ascension.
All right. Baron Corbin, the lone wolf,
Mm.
becomes Mr. Money in the Bank.
Oh,
Now there were
man.
3 MVPs of this match. There was Kevin Owens taking all those moves, Sami Zayn making us believe for a second that he was gonna win,
Mhm.
and AJ Styles took the bump of the year.
Yes,
That-
I
was
mean,
pretty
he
good.
could have blew his shoulder. I was scared for him. I was like, oh my god.
I jumped off my couch. I thought
No.
it was it because I thought he was going to pull the briefcase down. I thought that was going to be the spot. I thought the spot was going to be someone who hangs from it and actually pulls it off.
I know, and then Ziggler, he was in the corner. I was like, are they gonna do it for my boy Ziggler? Because I'm a Ziggler mark.
Ziggler is not
Mhm.
winning.
But then anyway, Baron Corbin's about to climb up, and then some Nakamura. Now what would have been perfect? Fans are still singing Nakamura's theme. He's laying out everybody,
Mhm.
and then he climbs up and unhooks it while the fans are still singing the theme.
Yeah.
That's a perfect world, right?
Perfect.
But we got something a little bit better.
I think we got
the
something way
stare
better.
down.
Yeah.
I felt like I was watching Wrestle Kingdom 10 all over again. I mean, Styles and Nakamura, they pushed the ladder off the way and they just started.
Yeah.
We got a little taste.
It's
That
Was it
match
that-
has to happen.
At SummerSlam, are we going to Brooklyn?
I'm fine with that.
it was at that point where it's like, hey, they don't want the case right now. They're just after.
It's kind of unrealistic because everybody in the match was just sitting there. So it would have been cool for Sami Zayn or Kevin Owens to come out and both of them tag team up against him and throw him out the ring. 'Cause,
Yeah.
they were just everybody was laying down for a long time.
And then also
Almost like Roman Reigns in a Royal Rumble match.
Oh man, shots.
Mm-hmm.
After the event was over, some guy put on Instagram that they had another little stare down.
really.
Yeah, after the
Nice.
show, so it might be going down. But let's get into the Raw recap. Roman Reigns has his SummerSlam announcement. Thoughts?
It's not gonna happen. I don't think Roman Reigns is facing the champion at SummerSlam.
How did he get contendership again?
Because he's the big dog. It's his yard.
Like John
but
Cena, like when
Gosh.
John Cena came back, he was like, "I'm the number one contender with the Royal Rumble." Do you know why? Because I'm John Cena. Recognize.
but he's John Cena though. It's like it's a bit hypocritical of me to say that,
He's
but
Roman Reigns. He's the big dog. This is his
He
yard.
retired the Undertaker.
I know.
yeah.
Tarzan, people can't beat
He
him
main
one on
evented
one.
3 consecutive WrestleManias: Lesnar, then Hunter, then Taker.
You got me there.
Hey man.
Technically, he had 2 matches at WrestleMania 31.
Yeah, exactly. He had 2 matches at WrestleMania 31.
Though I
Amazing.
would definitely say if he were to lose to Braun at Great Balls of Fire, I don't think he'd be able to show up and say, "Hey, I get to fight the champion at SummerSlam
That's why
anymore."
I feel like that's a number one contender
No,
match.
we're gonna
Yeah.
get to all that. But Finn Balor interrupts Elias Sampson.
Good.
Yes.
Oh
I
yes.
mean,
By the way, you can either walk with Elias or you can march with Mamba. I'm just saying. Which is the name of this episode. All right.
It's like you thought of that beforehand.
Hey man, I'm out here. I'm out here with the creative. Finn Balor defeats Bo Dallas pretty quick, and then Samson comes out and are we getting Samson and Balor?
Unfortunately, that's what it looks like.
Elias is like a mixture of Seth and Damien.
yeah.
I know they're giving Elias a little push, but Finn is just way too good of a talent to be going back and forth with Elias Sampson.
I kind of want to walk with Elias. I'm
Like,
kind of there
honestly, I'd rather see Miz and Finn Balor face up against each other and
for the
Dean,
Intercontinental title.
yeah, and,
Yeah.
and Dean face off with Elias because they had their little spat a little bit too. But
True, they got a
Yes.
feud already built there.
it's whatever.
All right. Seth Rollins is named the cover star for 2K18 WWE, and
Thank
then,
God.
I think it's
Yes.
great. Yeah.
And
Finally,
then,
a current person on the cover.
then Bray Wyatt kind of interrupts it.
He's like what the first person since CM Punk to be like a
Yeah.
current superstar.
Actually, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Cause it's been like The Rock, Stone Cold.
Yeah, it's been all legends
Brock.
lately,
Brock.
Yeah.
and they wonder why no one's huge.
Yeah. So, what did you guys think of this?
Surprised not Roman Reigns being on the
I'm
cover.
glad it's not Roman Reigns. They've been trying forever to get him on the
They
cover.
know who plays video games and they know Roman Reigns isn't selling any tickets to them.
Yeah. So, what do you guys think about the Seth Bray Wyatt promo thing?
It came out of nowhere.
It's because he made fun of him once.
Honestly, there was
Once,
a
okay.
point in this promo where Bray was like, "You're not an honest man, are you?" Something like that.
Mhm.
I thought Seth was gonna be like, "Well, as of lately, I hear you're
They're
not an
not
honest
gonna.
man."
They're not
No,
gonna talk
yeah, they're
about
not gonna
that.
talk about that
Oh
live.
man, that would have been brilliant. But this was an interesting segment.
It's just another feud. Bray Wyatt's gonna talk all that trash and not do anything.
Yeah, that's the
and
problem. Is he's
lose.
gonna lose. He's gonna lose this feud. He's gonna lose to the cover of 2K18. That's what's gonna happen.
Alright.
And it's. I love Bray so much. He just needs to win. He
Same.
needs a feud that he can kill somebody in.
He's only won like 3 feuds, and he's been on the main roster for like what 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
He just because he keeps going up against top guys
Yeah.
who you don't want to lose, but then Bray Wyatt just eventually needs to win one,
All right.
which he beat Randy Orton sort of.
The big dog Roman Reigns faces some guy named Joe.
Oh gosh.
Really good match.
Yeah.
If Roman Reigns is up there with a good worker, he can have a really good
This
match.
is a good match.
Yeah.
And the highlight of this match, I heard an ambulance. I was looking outside like, what's going on? And then I looked back at my screen.
Oh, it's
Braun.
him.
He's not finished with
He's
you yet.
not finished with them
I
yet.
don't think he's ever gonna be finished.
Oh my god! Shout out to Braun for not like slipping when he could have.
Yeah.
Shout out to him.
He's great.
And then Braun comes out there at the Great Balls of Fire pay-per-view,
Mhm.
an ambulance match, which I felt like should have happened at Payback.
I know, so sad.
Well, I think it was gonna happen in Extreme Rules. I feel like that was the plan until he got injured.
Yeah, but then this is
This is probably gonna be a number one contender match.
I'm
Because
excited.
rumors are it's still gonna be Braun and Brock at SummerSlam.
I mean, I wasn't expecting Braun to come back this soon.
Yeah.
I thought maybe like another month, but like.
It's the John Cena treatment. Say he's out eight months, he's gonna come back in 4 months.
Shout out to my boy John breaking his nose and coming back in like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
would love to see a Braun Strowman squash match with Roman Reigns. Like just squash him at Great Balls of Fire.
Absolutely. All right. Miz TV with special guest Maurice.
Ooh, what happened?
Poor Miz, he can't catch a break.
No.
Nope. Not all.
These Bears. Shout out to my boys Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel getting some airtime.
They look
Yeah.
great.
I
Yeah.
mean, Bo Dallas, a former NXT champion, Curtis Axel, former tag team and Intercontinental champion,
Mm-hmm.
getting it done. This new stable, this new faction,
The Entourage.
the Entourage, I like it.
Yeah.
How are they going to work a bear pun into it? I'm sure they're going to find a way.
I'm sure they will.
This is like the third week in a row with that stupid bear suit. They're,
Let's get WWE. If something's funny once, it's going to be funny the next 20 times
Yeah,
they
just
do
look
it.
at Ellsworth.
so
No chin music.
All right. Real quick, Sasha Banks versus Nia Jax. Nia wins via DQ.
it was a cluster. Like the entire roster came out and fought each other.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
You don't need every woman in one feud. Just have 2 feuds going on at one time. Have 3 or 4 of them off the scene.
All right, and Kurt Angle, or should I say, Corey Graves cracks the case.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Kurt Angle didn't really do anything
Now,
No.
except for find out alibis for the revival.
And he just like called Big Show in the revival to the ring, and
The Big Show bit was funny. I enjoyed the Big Show time. I'm like, hey, you know me. You know I don't hit people in the back of the head. I don't do that. My earliest memory of Big Show is Big Show shoving Kurt Angle in a wheelchair off of a ledge. That's my earliest memory of Big Show, and I'm like, this is the same. He tried to kill you like at one point, but
Big Show and Kurt Angle have turned more times than anybody in the history
true. That's fair.
of wrestling.
I think Titus O'Neil is getting up there with him.
He hasn't been in the company for 15 years like those two have.
All right. What do you guys think of this the whole Enzo cast thing?
I saw it coming.
Once again, didn't I say Big Cass was it all along?
I saw it coming, but it still broke my damn heart. I'm sorry.
Enzo with the tear though.
And
Enzo.
the one like Ric Flair used to say, with the tear in the eye.
Yeah.
Like that
beautiful.
one tear told the whole story. Enzo's like, nah, bro, come on, man, nah, you're playing with me, right?
Yeah. But Big Cass, he shot a fire promo.
Vince wrote that.
I know.
That
but
has Vince McMahon written all over it.
It was the delivery though was still
but
pretty good.
Are you ready for Big Cass to main event WrestleMania in like 2 years? Are you ready? Because it's gonna happen.
If let's let Hunter build him. Triple H knows how to build
I don't think
stars.
Big Cass is a Triple H guy. I think he's an NXT guy, but Vince McMahon likes his big sweaty men.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, Vince, this promo was great. He's like, you've been holding me back. I can main event, yada yada yada. It was really good, and then of course the boot. Enzo can sell.
Mm-hmm.
He can't work, but he can take a beating.
He can. All right.
I love the fact that that the story of them never winning a title is so real at this point, because they've never, even in NXT, never got a title,
right.
and it's like, yeah, I guess you're right. Everything Cass is saying is right, and heels are always best when they're right.
All right, guys, real quick. 2017, the year of broken friendships. We had Jericho, which still breaks my heart to this day. DIY, which did not see that coming.
Shows you can get true heat in 2017.
You can get true. The Golden Truth, which shout out to my boy.
Another
Goldust.
fire promo from Goldust.
Another one.
Our Truth is kind of running a little stale, but Goldust still.
Goldust, turning back the clock, and now Enzo and Cass. Hype Bros next.
Oh yeah.
In a few months, I want to say, because they just got back together. But
I think it'd be Mojo that turns.
Really?
I
I
can't.
think so. Because if Zack Ryder turns on Mojo, I feel like nobody would care and people would side with Zack Ryder. But if Mojo turns on Zack Ryder,
he's been getting the shaft.
then people would
as of
boo
late.
Mojo.
Actually, yeah, Mojo has been getting the shaft, so that
So
would
I
make
would
sense.
I'd be on board for that.
Yes.
But, Mojo had a good promo when he lost to Jinder Mahal. He was serious. It's a good promo for him. So when he's not all being Rob Gronkowski's little brother,
Oh,
pretty
gosh.
good.
SmackDown, Daniel Bryan in the women's division backstage they're talking about what's gonna happen with the briefcase.
Poor Daniel.
And
He goes from a newborn baby crying all night to this crap.
Yes. All right, and then
Even more babies
crap.
crying.
Nobody says that word anymore. Shout out to Brandon.
No profanity.
I haven't heard the word crap in like
I got-
5 or 7 years. Shout out to that.
I gotta keep it PG.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you be hanging out with some vulgar people apparently.
Oh man. All right. Carmella and James Ellsworth. They come to the ring. Oh, bro.
Carmella and Big Cass had great promos this week.
Yes, they did. They really did. Cass, he's just winning all week, all week long.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And then of course after that happens, we go to Big E defeating Jimmy Uso.
Mm-hmm.
Decent match. Naomi and Lana are backstage. Lana gets a title shot next week.
Apparently, all you have to do is just ask, and you get a title shot, which makes the Money in the Bank with the women really doesn't make any sense.
Can Brandon and I get a shot at the Raw Tag Team titles then? Is that how this goes? What do you
Probably.
want, the NXT one? You want to go against Bobby?
I would love to. Let's do it.
I'll put you in the contention for the
IC. I want to.
Push Dean Ambrose out the way.
No, I want Dean to come for me.
Do you want to go for
In a bear
You
suit.
want to go for the cruiserweight or UK? What?
I'm not too.
Both at the same time.
205 Live.
Yeah.
I see you.
Yeah.
All right, so you can be NXT, you can be 205 Live.
I'm all for that.
We out here.
Yeah.
All right.
Book it.
All right, then Tom Phillips interviews Randy Orton.
It was fine. WWE needs to watch out with the little soap opera hanging on the face for like 5 seconds.
Yeah,
It's
that
very
was,
awkward.
Every once in a great while, they'll do one of the announcers will come, or one of the announcers go like, and back to you, Corey. And I'm like, it's so much more natural every time they do that. Like, just end it like you would a news thing. I don't know. They do it like once a month or
me
something.
being the TV major that I am.
Because like they zoomed in on Randy Orton's face and he's just like, I don't know what the hell he was doing, and he's just really
I was
weird.
looking at the gray on the beard. I was like,
Mhm.
oh, Randy's getting old.
Oh yeah.
He's been in the WWE for a
He's gonna be
minute.
dropping
so.
RKO's all over
Legend.
India.
Actually, after the RKO's on the Singh brothers this past SmackDown, it was Randy Orton's 1,802nd RKO.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yes. I'm over here keeping
Where you
track.
be getting these stats from?
Hey, you can call me Stat Guy Phil.
You would think after I like that many people would start seeing them coming and like it wouldn't be out of nowhere.
Yeah. No, the one we're gonna get to it. But where are we at? Shinsuke defeats Dolphin. This was a good match.
Mm-hmm.
I thought Shinsuke was gonna fade at that arcade as my boy Dolph getting a win, but no.
To be honest,
Never.
I enjoyed it more than Backlash.
If Ziggler would have won, I would have had to begin a new TV because the rumor would have been thrown through it.
Yeah.
It'd been bad.
If Shinsuke ever has a match in Japan, he's gonna lose. You know that, right?
It's not gonna happen.
Oh my gosh.
Shinsuke is
Hometown heroes.
a special talent, and he's not getting any younger.
It's really not.
No one is.
He has like a little cut now. I see why he wasn't on TV for all those weeks.
Mhm.
Vince still didn't hit the gym.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Kevin Owens has the U.S. Open Challenge is back,
Really.
and Chad Gable, a guy from Dayton, Ohio,
Recently.
Just moved.
recently, like that day.
Yeah.
Apparently, he gave the address to like the main university,
Yeah.
which was pretty funny.
AJ was like, I know that place. Yeah.
He takes a loss to Kevin Owens.
It
Sorry.
was a short match, but I thought it was a good match.
He hit him with the chaos theory. I was like, oh. I was like, shout out Doug Williams, TNA days. I was like, all right. But
Well, it was nice to see American Alpha finally.
Yeah,
being
at
on
least
TV.
they're
I
on
was like,
screen.
where have they been?
How long has it been?
A few weeks. Where's Ty Dillinger?
Exactly.
Where's-
I saw a sign. It was like missing Ty Dillinger. I thought it was like the best sign ever.
Where's the perfect?
Actually, he
Ken?
was on SmackDown. He was on that stupid Sonic commercial with Sami Zayn.
All right.
Remember?
Good for him.
Daniel Bryan finally addresses what's going on with the women's division. Next week, we get a women's Money in the Bank ladder match on SmackDown.
Just a rematch.
But the best part of that whole promo was when Daniel Bryan got in James
Oh my
Ellsworth's
gosh.
face and was like, "Oh my God, I want to see Daniel Bryan and James Ellsworth wrestle right
Just
now."
beat him
No,
up.
shout out to,
Until he can't breathe. Was that what it was?
I think it was.
What was it? Charlotte? She was like, Natalia, if you don't shut up, I'm going to make you look like Ellsworth.
And then Tamina just came up as
Same
just like,
thing.
I'm
Exact
gonna
same
make
thing.
you look like Ellsworth.
Tamina should have been like, Charlotte, you shut up before I make you look worse than Ellsworth.
I think what she was supposed to do is she's supposed to say, I'm gonna beat you up. I'm gonna make you look like Ellsworth. I think she was supposed to put more of an emphasis on the you, and she kind of just flowed through it, and it didn't happen. And it was kind of
Yeah.
like, oh, you just used the same insult twice.
That's
But hey, another
that's
week
like
where
Seth Rollins calling Jericho Sparkle Crotch all those
Oh,
times.
God.
Didn't Seth Rollins say he was the man, even though Roman Reigns is the guy?
And Dean is the dude.
Yeah, there's some tension going on right now.
Oh, by the way,
but they're all male.
June
You know that?
19th just passed. That will be the day forever known as when all three members of the Shield were the world champion within like a 5-minute span.
It was a great night.
Never forget that.
A great
It's
moment.
like the boyhood dreams. A tear to my eye.
oh yeah.
All right. Jinder Mahal defeats Luke Harper. I'm surprised. I forgot all about Luke Harper. I forgot he existed.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
Where the hell's he been at?
Once again, just build the person up a little bit for like 2 or 3 weeks, have him have this non-title match with the champ, and then have him lose.
No,
It's not that hard.
When Baron came out, I was like, oh my God, Luke's gonna win. He's gonna hit him with that clothesline, pick up a dub over the champ. But of course, that didn't happen.
Nope.
I would like
Luke
to see
Harper
it.
deserves better.
A lot of people deserve better on this roster.
Yeah.
I remember when some guys were the WWE champion, they'd like lose like on Raw and
Maybe
SmackDown.
we should do a fantasy draft and have our own roster.
Maybe we should.
Yeah.
I think
I'd
we
listen
will.
to it.
Mm-hmm.
I think my
I'd
first
listen to
pick's
it
gonna
twice.
Be, I think I'm gonna have to take Marty Jannetty. JK.
What?
I'm just joking. I'm sorry. Yeah, but of course, Mahal he gets the dub and Orton comes out there,
Clean's
tries to-
house.
cleans it up. Is Randy Orton the cleaner?
Mm-hmm.
No, he's not. This guy's the cleaner right here. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you have a Kenny Omega shirt.
It's an elite shirt.
Shout out to the Goldberg shirt. Hot Topics. Hot Topic.
Get your Young Bucks merch at Hot Topic right now.
Yes, your Cody Rhodes merch, Kenny Omega, Bullet Club, all that. Guys, who's our superstar spotlight of the week?
I'd say Big Cass. Big
Yes.
Cass and Carmella. I think they both had, they are intertwined a little bit.
Yes.
So I'd say both of them because they had, Carmella had her little thing at Money in the Bank, but she had a very good promo on SmackDown.
She did. All right, so guys, we're gonna start a new segment on here. Who's the Genetti? I'm gonna name to you a couple tag teams, and you're gonna tell me who's the Genetti, like who's just not gonna go that far, and who's gonna be like the Shawn Michaels, not like Hall of Fame, just like who's gonna be more successful.
All right.
First off, Enzo and Big Cass.
Big Cass just because Vince McMahon likes Big Cass way more. Enzo isn't that good of a wrestler. He should be a heel manager.
Cass.
Cass.
It's Cass all around.
All
I
right.
guess.
Yeah.
Zack Ryder, Mojo Rawley.
Can they both be Genettis?
It's a tag team of
One
Genettis.
I'm gonna go Ryder. He has more.
Once again,
championships.
Mojo probably is a Vince guy, and he'd get the push because he's
Yeah.
a big dude and he's Gronk's friend.
But Ryder, former IC, United States and Tag Team Champion.
Just
All he
because-
has to do is win the world title. He'll be a Grand Slam.
That's crazy. I'm still gonna go. Yeah.
You going Mojo?
It's
I'm
Or?
going
Mojo.
Mojo. I'm sorry.
All right.
3-1.
I think he likes him.
Frankie Kazarian or Christopher Daniels?
They're both old. I mean, I guess Christopher Daniels. I think he's a better
Christopher
character.
Christopher
I don't
Daniels
know
as
who those
well.
are, so
Gotta watch some Ring of Honor, my guy.
I probably should.
Matt or Nick Jackson?
They are.
Which one of
they
the
are,
Young Bucks?
They are one in.
The day that I can tell them apart at a glance,
Matt's the one
I'll
with the
tell you.
sideburns.
Oh.
One has black hair, one has light brown hair.
Yes.
There you go, the
pretty-
sideburns.
It's pretty easy to tell.
So Matt or Nick Jackson? We gotta pick one.
Neither. They're both Shawn Michaels.
Really?
Better super kicks than Shawn Michaels.
Get out.
The elite. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna say Matt.
Say
Elite.
Matt.
He's
elite.
the one. The sideburns is the one I remember more. So
Alright.
I'm gonna say him.
Okay. All right. So there's been a woman's evolution going around since like 2015, I guess
Really?
you could say. You've got the first Iron Woman match from Becky and Bailey and Sasha. The first time they main evented the live special also. Then 2016, the first ever Women's Hell in the Cell. And then the first time they main evented a pay-per-view as well. 2017, we've had the first ever Women's Money in the Bank ladder match. And then coming up, we're going to have Asuka and Nikki Cross in the first ever last woman standing match in NXT.
Ooh.
2018, will we get the first ever Women's Royal Rumble, or will they main event a Mania?
No.
No.
So
There's
Rumble?
not enough women on the roster to have a Royal Rumble match.
So you gotta do a main event. If even.
I can see a SummerSlam.
See a SummerSlam?
One
I could
day-
see him main event at SummerSlam. Yeah.
One day is Charlotte, Sasha Banks main event at SummerSlam, maybe.
If
Or-
If the Mae Young Classic brings in enough female wrestlers, I will say maybe
Or
to a Royal
Or
Rumble.
maybe even, Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey against, whatever, some other heel. Stephanie and somebody else, because, Stephanie has to get the spotlight.
Yeah.
So,
All right, let's talk about what the people have been talking about. Omega Okada 2.
best match ever.
Loved it. It's great. It's not
you
my.
see it? I heard about it. What happened?
They went 60 minutes.
It was a
Yeah.
time limit
Yeah.
draw.
Yeah.
Really?
They timed out.
They couldn't go 5 more minutes.
It was great.
Okay.
So let me tell you. So I'm watching. F New Japan for making you pay for this, by the way. I found a good stream. I found a great stream, right? I watched this whole thing, this whole like 5-hour card, and as soon as Okada gets in the ring, my stream cuts off. So
wait a minute,
I have to. I had to.
Did you go? What did you not get New Japan World?
No.
That's on you.
No.
You cheap bastard. It's cheaper than the WWE Network.
I'm not gonna do that. All right,
Well,
I give Vince my money, not these other guys.
This match alone is worth the $9 it is.
All right, so look, I had to listen for an hour to some random jobber commentate this match. It was really terrible. It was really bad. Then I finally go back and watch this, and I'm watching. I'm like, okay.
I still need to listen to it in Japanese. Listening to the Japanese commentary.
I'll
is
listen
worth
to the English commentary. Cody Rhodes told a story in this thing because while watching.
You and Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes, you overrate him so much.
Look, I was looking at this. Like I was like, what's the story? Kenny's trying to win the title, okay? And then Cody comes out there, and the story's clear. He doesn't think Kenny can take any more from Okada.
More than just Cody, the whole Bullet Club
whole
wants,
Bullet Club.
except for the Young Bucks, are the only ones who believe in him.
That was really good.
The Elite staying together.
Like, this is the whole thing with New Japan. Like, they have great matches, but what are the storylines? What's the story?
They're sporting. It's a sports storyline. One guy goes up against another guy for a championship. What's the storyline?
I need more than
What
that.
you need Okada to steal Kenny Omega's girlfriend?
I need more than that.
That's
look. Look at NXT. Why did it become so successful? They had great matches, yeah, but they told a story. I mean,
Yeah, and there were sports stories.
they told us. I mean, look at
The Sami Zayn story is not a sports story.
I mean, look at Kevin Owens, look at Sammy, look at Finn, like all those guys were in NXT.
Yeah, those are all
They
sports.
told amazing stories, and look at the Horsewomen. They told great stories too. All right. Look,
This guy over here.
Look.
He's talking out the side of his mouth.
look, man. I need more. I need more.
Okay, what's the difference between an NXT story? Like, what's the story between Samoa Joe and Finn Balor? That's a sports storyline. A badass going up against another badass who's been the longest reigning champion. They're just fighting because they want to be the best.
I will say I think the Samoa Joe and Finn Balor storyline was kind of weak personally.
Oh.
I don't think it was super strong.
I'm not
I
picking
think
that out because it's the best. It was just the first thing.
I think a good example is not my favorite match, but I think the story blew me away was Hideo and Rude recently because the idea of a guy who came in when NXT first started, showed up and it was this like underground gnarly thing, gets put on the shelf twice, doesn't know why he's put on the shelf. One of them was a mystery attacker, and then he comes back to see that this like contract corporate champion has taken over and he's fighting for the dream of what he once came to. Kind of similar to Okada and Omega's story, where they're fighting over who is going to be the voice of New Japan Pro Wrestling, which one is going to take it into the international area. The guy who at one point said he wouldn't speak Japanese again, Kenny Omega, at one point he was like, I'm not going to let that dirty language grace my lips. Now he speaks it again because he wants to be the face of New Japan. Or Okada, the guy who is Japan. He is the face of Japan. I love that story.
Yeah.
And then you throw on Cody as well, and it's just like, oh my gosh. Like, there's so many good stories in that match.
I just recently listened to Okada on Jericho's podcast, the one that aired that was recorded before the Kingdom, the Wrestle Kingdom thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I got a kind of a clear thing from Kenny. He talked about that stuff. I mean, like, Kenny, he's kind of winning me over. There were too many knees, V triggers in the match though for me.
That one-wing angel. He finally hits the one-wing angel, and Okada puts his foot on the rope.
So
that one-wing, if he hits that one-wing angel, if he hits that in the middle of the ring, this match is over. And the spot where the Rainmaker into Omega fainting, and he misses, and Okada goes flailing into the turnbuckle.
That was great. The amount of times that they teased that dragon suplex off the top rope again, because we all remembered it from the first match, and we were
like this new guy.
And we were like, oh, we've seen it almost kill both these guys once.
Yeah, you just want to move on because you know you're wrong.
Hey, man.
Once again, NXT storylines aren't all fluff like WWE where they're, running somebody's truck over or something like that.
I enjoy that.
Same
all right, Cody Rhodes,
right.
this Friday, he has the opportunity to win the Ring of Honor title.
Ooh.
Does it happen?
I feel like it would. Because it's a good... I mean, Cody is the heel in ROH. He's the corporate guy.
He's the American Nightmare.
He is a part of the Bullet Club, but he's kind of like,
He's a free agent.
He's the only one wearing a suit.
Everybody kind of sees him as being not an indie guy. They still see him as a WWE guy.
All right, so I tweeted at Cody Rhodes. I was like, at Cody Rhodes, when you win the Ring of Honor and IWGP titles, will you bring them to the APW show coming up on July 7th? And he said they're going to travel with him wherever he goes. That's the beauty of being a free agent. So the real question I have here, which title is he going to win?
Ooh.
The Ring of Honor or the IWGP? Because like I said before we started recording, whatever New Japan's going to play off of whatever Ring of Honor does.
Mm-hmm.
So if Daniels retains this Friday, then it could be written in stone that
But it could be said that ROH plays off whatever New Japan does, because every time New Japan comes into ROH, the New Japan guys usually win ROH.
But then New Japan, they're hosting their first ever event on American soil.
Maybe have the American win.
Which would kind of be like Jinder Mahal winning, just kind of giving it to the Americans so America would win.
Yes.
Even though, they have Billy Gunn on this card, which I have no idea why.
Because Billy Gunn, he's still going.
Mm-hmm.
But personally, I think Cody, he takes the IWGP one just to bring some. I want to see the Rhodes name on that title.
Okay.
On the side plates, I want to see the Rhodes name on there.
I think the better story is there. I think the better story is with the Japan title.
Plus, after Okada's match with Omega, Cody spits beer in his face. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be good. Cody can tell a good story.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
And he can tell the story of Omega or Okada being kind of worn down after his long title reign. Because this is almost his longest title reign he's had.
Mm-hmm.
And he's had all these killer matches with him, Shibata.
How
Two
long has he
six-star
had this
matches.
title for?
What?
How long has he been the champ?
Almost a year now.
Really?
Yeah, it's coming up on because he beat Naito at the last Dominion show, I think. So it's been.
I think so.
It's
That
been
sounds right.
It's been a year,
All right.
and he's had all these killer matches.
Yeah. So, are you ready to take a picture with the IWGP title?
Selfishly, I wouldn't mind Cody Rhodes bringing the championship over here so I could take a picture with it, but
It's a beautiful belt.
But I don't want him to win. I would rather have Okada and Omega last straw at Wrestle Kingdom.
Really?
Or even, you could do
When's their next of?
you could do Omega and Cody as a title match, and Omega wins that, and then Okada wins the G1, and then they face off at Wrestle Kingdom.
Through the G1, yeah.
Sounds good.
There you go.
Yeah, because Cody's not at the G1, so he'll be free to do something else.
It is what it is. Let's see what happens.
Yes.
But is Okada even in the G1? Not because he's the champion, so he's not in right now.
I mean, we'll see. We'll see where we go with this. All right, Brandon, what is your promo pick of the week?
So there's not really a promo pick. It's like an idea. So go on YouTube and just type up WWF, whatever city you're from. So I would type in Cow Palace promos. You can see Hulk Hogan talk about how he's gonna beat the Iron Sheik or whatever, and make America great again.
Yeah.
So basically, go type in your local city and
What?
Yeah, Hulk Hogan, number 1. America. All that's good fun stuff.
Oh, the jabroni.
So just look up your local, WWF house show promos that they would do
Oh man.
on the cable circuit.
Oh man.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Close. My match pick of the week is from Defy 1 that happened January 13th of 2017. Shane Swerve Strickland. This guy, he has this aura about him. He comes out to Shaka Khan's "Ain't Nobody," like a real throwback classic song, and he just kind of makes his way to the ring all nice and smooth and suave. He goes up against Cody Rhodes when Cody is defending he's still the Global Force Wrestling Next Gen champion.
Is Global Force a thing?
Oh wait, no, he's not the champion anymore. Never mind. But yeah, when he was the champion, it's in TNA now. They all
Yeah,
those
which makes
titles.
no sense.
Yeah. So this is when he was a champion.
Slammiversary's coming up, guys. We gonna cover it?
No.
I watched one episode of TNA, and it was
I watched Zero TNA. I could cover it just
I watched
with zero context. I have no idea who any of these people are.
If this was like
Del Rio and Bobby Lashley are in the main event.
Okay, I know both of
Oh
them.
boy.
We're good.
I mean, if this was like 2011
And
through
we're- and,
2013, I'd be covering TNA.
Yeah.
But nah,
It's true.
times have changed. This was a good match. I enjoyed it. This is where the whole Cody Rhodes flipping off the crowd for chanting Stardust started. Yes.
Okay.
You and Cody Rhodes, you love Cody Rhodes, don't you?
He's the grandson of a plumber.
I mean, it could be said Goldust.
I mean, Goldust is also the grandson of a
Goldust
plumber.
is a better wrestler than Cody Rhodes. Hot take over here.
Hey man,
I take Goldust
Look,
over Cody
my
Rhodes.
boy Cody
Yeah.
Rhodes is about to become a dual world champion.
Especially Goldust in his prime. I take 90s Goldust over Cody Rhodes right
With
now.
the long hair, with the wig.
My boy Cody Rhodes is about to become a dual champion. I'm excited.
He might not even win both of them. He might not even win one.
He better win one. He better.
I don't know. We have to stay tuned to find out.
We do. All right. Our sponsors are Instagram. You can go follow us on there. The Instagram.
Instagram. Follow us on the Instagram
Sorry, I had a Roman moment. I apologize.
and the Twitter.
Not the good
Just
Instagram.
say
Not the
oops,
bad
like
Instagram.
Finn Balor.
The
Oops.
Instagram.
All right. Now, the Bullet Cast on Instagram. Go follow us on there, and then Vistaprint.
We have
We have business cards.
we have business cards now. Look at this thing right there.
We adult
Boom.
now.
Boom shakalaka.
We out here.
Yeah, boy.
They don't want none. Yeah, guys, we're out here making all this happen. I'd like to thank you guys for being on.
Oh,
Of course.
thanks for having me.
This has been
Anytime.
awesome. Please.
worth the wait. 2 weeks in the making.
All right, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Follow us on Twitter at BulletCast. Tweet us questions. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel, The Bullet Cast. Email us, bulletcast2, as in the number 2, sweet, SWEET@gmail.com. And, guys, once again, we're not a good podcast.
Is this podcast longer than the Okada Omega match? Because I feel like we've gone 60 minutes.
Almost.
Hey,
Oh,
I'm a
God.
60-minute man.
About to time out.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right, we're not a good podcast. We're not a bad podcast. We are the podcast, Bullet Cast. This is our yard now.
This has been the Bullet Cast. Thank you for listening.